Hi everybody, HP5 Freak, Amber here to talk to you today. I don't always do my TTMTs on Tuesday, I'm a rebel like that. Anyway, a few things to show you, a few stories to tell you this week. I had two good things and two bad things happen. First of all, I meant to record this a lot sooner today. I was terribly excited because I had today off. I was like, I'm going to do a TTMT. I'm going to get this stuff done. And yeah, 3:30 this morning, our power went out, startling me out of a dead sleep because I have both a fan and a nightlight. Yes, I have a nightlight. I am actually one of those few adults who's willing to admit that I'm scared of the dark. And out of what used to be sheer laziness when I was younger, not wanting to get up and go across the room to turn off the light before I went to bed, has just kind of grown with some other experiences in my life to become a real phobia. So started me wide awake, and I was awake for about an hour or so. I managed to turn on one of my computers with their battery life and played a game until I fell asleep. But the power did not come back on till almost noon. So I had not only no power, I had no phone and no internet, which was super sucky because it turned out to be the one night in over a year that I had not plugged in my phone before I went to bed. So by the time I actually got up and got out of bed, I had about 10% battery, which I have an iPhone, so that really sucks. But anyway, so that was one bad thing. And so I went downstairs and I decided to crochet for a bit to get that done while I was waiting. And finally the power came back on, and I decided, rather than come to you guys looking like I had been in bed all day, which I hadn't, I took care of playing around in the bathtub for a bit, and then decided to get over here and film a TTMT before my dinner with my dad tonight. So let's tell you about a good thing. So, as I may have mentioned either here or on my LJ, up until recently I had a Singer sewing machine. It was something that was kind of given to me, well, not even me, a coworker of my mom's. Her father passed away and he had had a sewing machine, and none of his children wanted it, so she was trying to get rid of it, and my mom said, I'll take it, and then I confiscated it from her. And suffice to say, over the last 3 years, as I've become involved in paper piecing, this machine hasn't been working quite as well for me as I had hoped. I was having a lot of problems with the tension. There was no light on it. I thought it had burnt out a while ago, which wouldn't have surprised me, except that every once in a while it would pop back on, which meant that there was a short somewhere, and I was just biding my time. So I started doing some research about getting a new one, and one of the businesses around here called Jones Sewing had some sewing machines I could look at and everything. And so my mom and I last Saturday, we went out and looked at some machines, and I was a little concerned because I told them my budget, and I told them, you know, how much I do and what kind of things I do, and no, I wasn't looking for, you know, super expensive, computerized, do all the things kind of machine. No, I was looking for something not basic, but something I could grow into. If I was going to spend the money, I wanted, you know, to be able to do stuff with it and everything. And I told them the problems I was having with my sewing machine, and they actually offered me a deal where they took my old sewing machine, gave me $100 trade-in on it, and then sold me this new machine. And I'm going to turn my computer around here so that you can see. That is my new baby. She's a Janome 525 sewist, and the ladies at the store actually gave me a sewing lesson on it before I took it home. Actually, not on this one, on their model in the store, showed me how to play with certain things on it. So I was super excited, and I came home and got her all set up. And oh, sorry, I'm like sitting in my sewing room, and there was an uncomfortable way I was sitting, and it was starting to really bother me, so I had to move and get comfortable. Anyway, So the first thing I got home and did was I sewed a tabby face because I had the patterns here, and this one I call Tabby Max, after my cat Maximum Trouble. She's a gray tabby, just like I did here, although her eyes are more green than Halloween orange and red, or orange and yellow. But I kind of thought it was fun in Off Jen's picture, so I did it myself. And so I did that, and I was super excited with what I did, and then I decided to do a second one. And this one I call Tabby Nuffy, named after my cat Enough Trouble, nicknamed Nuffy. So I now have 2 tabby faces for the Black Lotto. I still need to do the 1/8 sewing around it and to sign my name down here, which I think I'm going to do with my kitty cat's names. And so that was, one good thing. So in all that, I also decided that I shouldn't just paper piece. I should see how it works with just sewing. And the other thing that I like to make from time to time are pillowcases, the hot dog pillowcase method. And one of the things that came with my new sewing machine was a quarter-inch foot, which has a little guide on it, which I thought would be great for the one seam that you do in the hot dog pillowcase method, where you go down and around. And so I wanted an opportunity to use that, so that's what I did with that. And I did have to buy a little bit of fabric for this, but I made a cute pillowcase, and these 3 colors are actually very important, and you'll notice that this isn't exactly empty, and no, it's not a pillow. I did have to go buy this fabric because this is the same fabric that I used in the background of my Project of Doom. And then the brown fabric is what I used for the sashing, or the wood part of the bookcase right there. And then the orange is the same orange that I used for the back fabric that I showed you guys in my last Ttmt. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to make this, and now I have a protective thing for my quilt, and I can actually use it as a bumper pillow for boosting up my other pillows. So I was very excited about that. I also made a pillowcase for my mom's quilt with similar fabrics to what she has in her quilt, and she was so happy to get that because ever since we got the quilts back, she's been keeping hers in the garbage bag it was sent in, just to protect it. And well, the cats were going to shred it eventually, and so now she has something that she's far less worried about. So that's good things. I also made 2 more pillowcases that have already been gifted for other things, and so there was that. Now on to another bad thing. While I was sewing pillowcases the other day, I have a tendency when I'm doing stuff that, especially if I'm ironing, I tend to look around my room, just, look around, see what's going on. Not that there ever anything is, but sometimes looking around gives you inspiration and stuff, or reminds you of stuff you have to do. And I looked at my wall, and there was something that shouldn't be there. I called my mom up to my room to have her confirm that this thing should not be here. And what it was due to all the rain that we had gotten, I had a bubble in my paint, which is very, very bad. I have a house that was built in the late 20s, early 30s, so it's not like it's drywall up there, and I have a bubble in the paint. So I also have a new roof, so this should not be happening. A call to the handy guy yesterday yielded some news we weren't exactly happy with. It turns out that our non-functioning chimney stack, because, as I said, this house was built in the late 20s, early 30s, we actually have a door where the coal used to come in, and I know where the chimney stack comes down in the basement. There's a little door where they used to, So, anyway, the chimney stack on the roof is disintegrating, basically. He said that most of the cement had gone, and that's where the water was coming in. It wasn't due to the roof or to any flashing or anything. No, it was because it was just old and past its prime, and we were not aware of that. So that kind of sucks. Big purple toes. So, but he did come up into my craft room here and take a look at the damage to see how bad it was. And I came home last night and found that. So I have the feeling in the next 6 months or so I'm going to be painting some walls, which really is kind of sad because I really like the color. It goes around these 3 walls into that wall, and then on the opposite wall it's a different color, but I have to tell the truth, and honestly the other color that I painted was bright red, and after about 6 months or so I didn't like it as much as I had hoped, and so maybe this is the push I needed to repaint my walls. Of course, I'm not sure I wanted it that way, so I'll probably be doing that coming up soon. So let's end this on a good thing. Oh, the optical illusion for Tackett bid is still going, and we've been getting some really good bids on it, but it's still totally affordable at this point if you want to place a bid. And I see it as a win-win situation. You get a cool blanket if you win. I get to make something fun and help a friend, and a friend gets, you know, some fundage she needs to help take care of the bills for her sick kitty. So if you haven't bid already and you've been thinking about it, the bid ends tomorrow night at midnight my time, which is Central Standard Time. So I look forward to seeing if anybody else bids on there. The bidding so far has been really good, and people have been great about it, and I'm really eager to find out who the winner is and who's what color that person's going to pick. So that's 11, almost 12 minutes of me rambling. I think that's good enough for everybody. Yes, yes. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.